Oh, let me make sure the volume is up too. Hey, you here?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I hear you. I had the volume down. So, thanks for joining in for the interview. So, basically, since I work at high school, I know they actually had the event going on where they actually had the stunt people talking about being a stunt person. So I thought maybe I do one too. Maybe have you join in and talk about your stunt work.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, whatever you'd like to talk about, Greg, we can talk. It's been a while.
Uh-huh. Hey, can you turn on your video?
Let me switch it up real quick.
Oh, okay. That way people can see who you are.
There we go.
Oh, okay, now I see you.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, whatever you want to ask.
Oh, the video
Uh,
is gone. Can you try to see if you can get the video back on?
yeah, hold on one second.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. Yeah, so this time I made there's no age restriction on this live feed, so basically everybody, including people under 18, could watch the interview. However, the interview will only be between you and me, and that's about it. So,
Okay.
okay. So I use AI. Okay, I know AI is not a good idea, but I use that to come up with a couple of questions I could ask you.
Mm-hmm.
So it actually came up with a good list of questions, and then I just retyped them all on a piece of paper. So let's start. Actually, before I start the questions, tell me what your name is and how long you've been in show business.
Yeah, so my name is Kevin Chambers, and I've been pursuing acting now for 21 years and stunts for 15 years. Um, yeah, graduated from the Theater Academy in California. It's a
Nice.
2 to 3 year actors conservatory. I did 3 years. Had the opportunity to travel the world for a play I was a part of.
You travel the world?
Mhm.
Wow.
So I've been all over the place. It's been really nice.
Mm-hmm. So where have you traveled to?
Uh, for um for theater, I've been to London,
Uh-huh.
to Edinburgh, Scotland, and then for like film and TV stuff, Texas, California, Oklahoma City, Florida, New York. Um, haven't been to Chicago for filming, but I've been there before,
Uh-huh.
and some parts of Seattle as well for filming.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, I actually used to know someone from UK and London. I never knew how famous she was until she tragically passed away. And she
Oh,
was very popular over there. She actually now I can see why she went to United States to see if she could achieve the same success. And then eventually she ended up moving back to London, UK, and but sadly, she had a drug overdose and passed away.
oh, that's so sad to hear.
Yeah, and when that happened, I found that wow, she's actually really famous over there. She got lots of fans. She does artwork.
Mm.
Someone actually made a poster in a like in memory of her. So.
Oh, nice.
Uh-huh. Okay, so let's go start with the questions. what made you decide to get into stunt work, and how did you get into it?
I always loved acting, and
Mm-hmm.
that's always been my number one passion. Um, and a couple of my friends actually, they started to see how I moved, and they go, "Oh, dude, you'd be really good at stunts." And they asked me if I have studied any martial arts, and I have. And then once some of my friends started to show me and tell me some of the different jobs that I can get through stunt work, I was like, okay, cool. Let me pursue this for a little bit, and it's been really cool to see and experience um, some of the different work that I've done over the years.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. And what are the most challenging stunts you performed?
I'd say some of the hardest ones were actually during training when I was working on my falls. So I'd be doing like 20-foot drop falls onto a huge blow up bag and airbag and doing different flips off of that and landing it like a gainer or other trick moves like that.
Uh-huh. Hmm. Okay. And what kind of training, regiment, safety protocols, and specific skills you specialize in?
For me, for stunt wise, it's fight choreography with martial arts, without martial arts, with firearms, as well as with weapons and without. High falls up to 20 feet, wire work, falls in general, and some stairs, but that's it.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay. And what is your favorite stunt?
My favorite stunt, like my favorite stunt move to do, or
Um, uh, I would say maybe your favorite stunt. Let's just say your favorite stunt, and you do, and what's the favorite stunt you did? Like, what kind of stunt
um,
that is your favorite, and what kind of stunt you like to do?
yeah, yeah. I really like working with rope dart, so I just got a new move where it's you do a tornado kick, but instead of throwing the kick, you just throw a knee and then you shoot out the rope dart at the same time. It's a really cool combination of moves. And then my favorite stunt that I've done so far probably be I was working on a TV show Deputy on Fox, and
Uh-huh.
we had a stunt where my driver is weaving in and out of traffic, and then I'm shooting the cops out of the driver's side or out of the passenger side window. And so
Uh-huh.
it was fun to shoot the police without getting in trouble.
Oh yeah, that must be really fun to do. Actually, a long time ago, someone actually asked me to do some. I wasn't sure if they was actually going to have us do it for real, or maybe they just going to have us do it and then have his stunt double to join in. I really don't know, but apparently they told us they cut the scene, but which
Mm.
I actually there was one scene they actually booked me on, and they say, okay, you're going to be in the passenger side with a group of people in the passenger car, in like I think it was like a taxi, and as the taxi drive off, making a turnaround, all of you guys would fall out, and that would be in the end of the scene. And but then later on they say, we decided to cut it out. So
Mm.
I'm wasn't sure if they actually was planning to do it for real, or we going to just act like passages and then they going to replace us with stunt people. That I don't know. So
Yeah, it always varies based off of how crazy the stunt can be and if they can get away with using uh background or not.
uh-huh. Okay. And then when you talk about the rope types stunts, you talking about like they would strap you in a rope, and then it would be like it's almost like you doing like a flying kick or something like that.
Yeah, that's the wire work where you're being a harness, and then they have, depending on what the skill set is, whether you're doing a fall or you're doing a really cool landing or you're taking off or whatever the case may be.
Uh huh. Oh, okay. Let's continue. Let's see. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. So, how do you prepare mentally for a high risk situation and your experience working with actors on set?
Um, my preparation is always making sure that we have everything taken care of safety wise, and
Uh-huh.
as well as making sure that the actor is feeling comfortable with what is being asked of them to perform and do. If the actor or actress isn't feeling comfortable with the stunt or the scene, then we try to make it safer for them. So there's a lot of prep that goes into how we can safely do this scene. So each scene that we have to do, there's different prep that is required for it. If you're doing like a high fall, that's going to be a lot more prep than if you are just doing a simple fight scene.
Uh-huh.
Same if you add in other elements like car crashes or fire burns or anything like that. There's a new element of risk and danger, and you have to always be prepped for that.
Oh, okay. And what kind of athletic background or skills did you have before entering stunt work?
So I started off in martial arts, and I started with Okinawa Shorin Karate, and then after I studied karate, I was heavy into sports in middle school and high school.
Uh, so basically, mostly martial arts and sports that help you get into the stunt work, right?
Well, that helped me stay in shape.
Uh-huh.
Um, and when you are in shape, that's the best thing that you can do to prep yourself for for whatever the scene may be. Like you just have to be in shape. You have to stay in shape.
Uh-huh. Okay, yeah, I can. You're all right. I think you definitely have to be in shape to do this type of work. Okay. Let's see. Oh, oh, this is probably a good question. How did you get your first big break in the industry?
Hmm. I mean, I still don't feel. Excuse me. I still don't feel like I got that big break yet.
Mm-hmm.
I've had opportunities to work on different TV shows and movies, but they're usually only a week worth of work or maybe a day. Um,
Uh-huh.
so I feel like I still haven't gotten to that point yet um, of being able to get the big break that I want. But I would say a big transition was booking the larger jobs for film and TV, and one of the larger jobs that I booked was on Deputy, the TV show Deputy on Fox.
Okay. Well, I think you will make it big because I noticed you been posting a lot lately, so that's a good thing. So,
Yeah, trying to build up the following, trying to constantly um, just get the numbers up on the social media stuff because it's important now.
uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, it definitely is important. Now I see some casting directors who say, "Oh, we would like to have someone with 10,000 followers more
Mhm.
for us to consider you now. So,
Yeah,
uh,
it's free marketing and advertising for them.
mhm, yeah. Let's see. What is your? Oh, okay. I think that's okay. What is your most challenging stunt you've ever done?
Hmm. Um, probably, probably it's gone back into training again. Nothing that I've been hired for yet, but training of doing high falls.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's a lot of high falls that can be very dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's probably the biggest thing of just making sure you fall safely from 20 feet or more.
Oh yeah, that's very important. One time I did security for a TV movie set, and the guy like way up there have to fall down. Oh, I don't know how tall it was. Have to fall down down on the air cushion down below.
Hmm.
So it was really high. Okay, so yeah, I agree. Probably training on the falling is probably a good idea to do.
Hmm.
Okay, see. Oh, okay. What are a few specialized stunt skills you've mastered, like wire work, fight, high fall, so on?
Yeah, it's really you have to try to master as much as you can to
Mm-hmm.
get hired for more work. So
Uh-huh.
fight choreography is definitely one
Uh-huh.
to master. Any falls that you may have learned over the years, because every film isn't all about action, and so whether it's comedic or dramatic, there could be a fall in the film that um, plays a huge part, and usually you get hired for your falls. So, for an example, if it's comedic, you have movies like Home Alone. But if you have, the old man who's like the grandpa in the film, and he falls and breaks his hip or something, then that's another aspect of a fall that you can do that can be dramatic to tell the story of the grandpa falling and breaking his hip, and now
Mm-hmm.
he's in a wheelchair. So I've specialized in falls and fight choreography and doing more training for what's believable of tactical training and stuff like that too.
Uh-huh. Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay, this is a good one. What is the most important aspects of safety when performing a stunt?
Hmm. Just be as safe as possible, homie.
Okay.
It's really all about taking as many precautions based on what the stunt is. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, just based on like what the stunt is. So you have to, if you're doing, uh, if you're throwing somebody through a wall, that's precautionary stuff that you need to make sure is good to go. You know what section of the wall is the person is being thrown through. You know where it's going to break, how it's going to break. But then that's going to be different in comparison to if you're on an air ram and you have to make sure that you um, place your footing on the pedal itself for the air ram in
Mm-hmm.
order to be flown, and um, you get thrown through the air of like 20 feet or more. um, that takes a lot more prep to make sure that the person's safe, and are they wearing the correct pads, and how are they going to land. It just all varies based off of the stunt.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and describe your typical training routine to stay physical fit for stunt work.
So I usually go to the gym 5 to 6 days a week,
Oh yeah,
and
that's a lot.
yeah, and then I work out between 4 to 6 hours a day.
Whoa.
And it's the workouts uh are not just me working out the entire 6 hours. It's like one
Uh-huh.
30 minutes goes to warming up, and then hit training for 15 to 20 minutes, and then weightlifting, which can last up to an hour, and then
Uh-huh.
martial arts that could be half hour to an hour, and then stretching, and then recovery as well.
Uh-huh.
That's the biggest thing is recovery.
Oh, okay. Well, you work out a lot to prepare for it, huh?
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah. Okay, see, oh, how do you mentally prepare yourself before performing a dangerous stunt?
Um, in my mind, I will perform the stunt in my mind, and I will be successful in my mind, like I visualize it as much as possible. And before doing the stunt where it's getting filmed, you train that stunt as many times as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then that way you did everything on your end to be safe to do and to perform the stunt itself.
Uh-huh. Okay. Let's see, um, that's kind of cover everything else we talk about. I'll just go ahead and ask you this question. What are some of the most important physical attributes needed for a successful stunt career?
Try not to have any injuries, or try to um, prevent as many injuries. I would say you have to have a little bit of everything, of good cardio.
Mm-hmm.
um, Make, and it depends, because with stunt people, usually you're athletic and thin, but sometimes they need the bigger people. So if they need you to be bigger and out of overweight, I would say, then it's super important for you to be physically fit to do all of the things that you need to do, whether you're going through a window, or you're being thrown off a roof, or you get hit in the head by a 2x4.
Mm-hmm.
There's You have to make sure that you are ready to endure and persevere through all of that. So cardio is big. and and then flexibility, making sure you stay flexible as you continue to get older, because that plays a huge factor in
Mm-hmm.
what you can and can't do. And repetition on how to throw a punch, because that's different in real life fighting than film fighting. It's completely different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, since you mentioned about getting older, yeah, I found that like once you become like over 40, it's like really important to continue on weightlifting and
Hmm.
also do some yoga. And instead of having 3 meals a day, actually supposed to only have like 1 or 2 meals a day. So yeah.
Yeah, and it just varies on like what your regimen is, and
Uh-huh.
what you have to do, what you need to keep up with. Some of my friends who are much bigger than me, they need to stay at a they need to maintain a certain weight, so then they're eating a lot more than what I'm eating.
Uh, yeah.
And yeah, it just all varies on what your type is and what you
Mm-hmm.
get hired for.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. How closely do you work with actors to ensure seamless integration during stunt sequences?
So It depends if you're stunt doubling, but if you're stunt doubling for your actor, then you're working with them on a one-on-one basis of either training them, teaching them the choreography, teaching them how to be as effective as well as realistic as possible for what the character they're portraying is.
Mm-hmm.
So you're working with them hands on, one on one, and you're with them a lot, depending on what their schedule is too.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And here's a good question. Have you ever had a close call on set, and how did you handle it?
Um, I haven't had any close calls myself, and I haven't been on set where I had to deal with that. There have been minor injuries and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the best way is to just brush it off. And depending on how severe the injury is, I mean, if you have a broken leg, that's a whole nother ball game in comparison to, a scratch on your face. Um,
Uh,
so I'd say always take it with grace. Always assume the best of your scene partner is trying to help you out. Your actor or your actress is trying to help you out. So try to accommodate for them as best as possible.
mm-hmm. Okay. And what are some of the biggest misconceptions about being a stunt performer?
Hmm. They everyone thinks that you're be making a lot of money off of one job, and unless you're on the entire run of the show, you're not making as much as you think, because if you're only working one day but the entire show is 3 months, that's only one day out of 3 months that you have work.
Uh-huh.
So it's a lot harder financially than what people think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a lot of people like to um, like it looks fun, it looks easy, and in some cases it is, but other cases it's very difficult and hard. Um, you have to make everything look like it's super easy for other people to believe in that too. Not to discourage anyone, because it's possible anyone can get into it if they want to. It's just you have to be very careful in terms of how you take care of yourself and what you're doing, because it's uh, acting and stunts in the entertainment industry is a long term game, a long form game. So you have to take care of yourself as best as possible.
Yeah, I have to agree. You really have to take care of yourself.
Hmm.
I have to take care of myself too. Okay, what advice would you give to someone aspiring to become a stuntman, stunt woman?
Have an open mind, stay positive, because there's going to be a lot of hardships. You have to love what you're doing, because if you don't love it, then there's no point of staying in it.
Mm-hmm.
And train in as many skill sets as possible. Train in different weapons, train in different martial arts, train in, um, get different training from other people, whether it's car stuff or fire or water, which
Mm-hmm.
I'm still doing myself too. Um, so it just varies based off of what your specialties are. So I would say find out what you're good at and then try to get better at that. And if you don't know what you're good at, then that's when you have to explore and look into every different aspect of stunts, because it's not easy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And okay, how has the stunt industry evolved over the years, particularly regarding safety protocols and the biggest advancements in stunt technology?
I'd say everyone's more safer now than before because with all of the recent injuries and deaths on sets that could have been prevented, there are much more safety protocols and more people speaking up to take care of one another, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
And the stunt technology continues to grow with the special effects industry because if you're filming, like for an example, Wolverine and Deadpool, where they have this beautiful one shot where it's just like you see everything from one side to the other, side scrolling, a nice camera set, camera rig and setup of a dolly movement going from left to right,
Mm-hmm.
and they had to green screen a lot of that too because since it is a one shot, there's a lot of killing and heads being chopped off and cool stuff like that. So the technology is continuing to get better so that it's safer instead of shooting an actual blank. You don't have to shoot any blanks at all. It can all be CGI. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Well, actually, we already covered that one. Okay. What's a typical day or week like for you?
um training, a lot of training.
Mm-hmm.
um Currently, I'm rehabilitating my left ankle. I injured my left ankle, so I'm trying
Oh.
to get that better, and just doing a lot of things to recover as best as possible.
Uh-huh. Well, I hope you get bases then. Okay.
Yeah, me too, homie. Me too. Appreciate it, bro.
Okay. Let's see. That's a kind of the same thing as the other question. Okay. What's the most rewarding part?
Oh, that's a good question. Whenever you meet up with individuals that share that same passion as you and skills set as you, like when you have a good team that's helping support you, that's very rewarding in itself because you're working with people who want to do the same thing as you and people who are enthusiastic and can motivate you and inspire you. That's probably one of the greatest um, get backs is being able to just work with so many amazing people who share the same dream as you do.
Okay. That's good. Let's see. Um. See. I think we covered that. No, I don't think I covered that question yet. Okay, what's the most dangerous stunt you've ever performed?
Yeah, that one, again, just the training of jumping off of the 20-foot feet,
Uh-huh.
into the airbag when working on falls.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I guess I did ask you that question, huh? Okay, have you... yeah, well, you already answered that question a while ago, so... Okay, and then when you hit the ankle, that was, when, you were trying to... Put actually, you know what? Let me ask you this: when you hurt the ankle, what kind of stunts work were you doing?
I was training in Beijing, China with the
Uh-huh.
Jackie Chan stunt team, and I landed a front flip wrong.
Oh, okay, okay. And let's see. Oh, okay. Here's a good one. Can you walk me through the process of choreographing and executing a stunt?
Well, if you're working on falls, for an example,
Mm-hmm.
you'd want to make sure that you get your basics down, like your back fall, front fall, side fall.
Uh-huh.
And the best way to do it is doing it on pads to make sure that
Uh-huh.
you learn it safely and doing all the movements very slowly so then you can be in as much control as possible. And once you're really good at controlling those falls, then it's all about speeding it up and making it look worse than what it is, so that you
Uh-huh.
sell um, how good the stunt was.
Uh-huh. Okay. And have you ever had to improvise a stunt last minute?
Yeah, yeah, that's happened a lot actually, where you come up with a game plan to tell the director you're working it out with the stunt coordinator, and then the director doesn't want to do anything. So then you have to come
Oh.
up with something brand new on the spot. Usually it's not like that when it comes to a fight scene. But sometimes they'll switch it up, and some of the moves that weren't in there they'll take out, and they'll replace it with something else because the space isn't the same as what they
Mm-hmm.
thought it would be. So then that can change up too. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it's you have to be on your feet thinker and being
Uh-huh.
able to switch it up.
Hmm. Okay. And oh, how do you find work as a stuntman?
There's websites that you can join, like Stunt Listing and Stunt Access. Um, honestly, my biggest thing is has just been hustling sets. So being able to get a tip on where the set is going to be, whatever the job is. So whether it's a TV show or like a movie, you get
Uh-huh.
a tip on that, and then you figure out what days they're working and what days the stunt coordinator's free, where you can just go on set to hustle the stunt coordinator, giving them your headshot, resume, demo reel, stuff like that,
Oh.
and asking and just being like, hey, if you can use my type, cool. If not, it's all good. And showing them, the different things that you can do through your training reels.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I think interesting. Okay. Let's see. Oh, is there a strong sense of community among the stunt performers?
There is, and it's in layer or levels, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's it's like people who are working all the time. You're gonna see them, and they are always doing something. So if you're starting off, it's harder to find that community. But as you continue to work all the time, or you're working constantly, the community continues to open itself up to you, just
Mm-hmm.
depending on what you can do and what your work ethic is.
Oh, okay. And how do you feel about the portrayal of stunts in movies and TV shows?
They're great. It just all depends on what the story is. Some stunts are really ridiculous and
Uh-huh.
outlandish, while others are simple and funny, and others are very dangerous. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it's great. I think they just need to just utilize this more. That's all.
Oh, okay. Um, I'm not exactly sure what this question is about. Uh, okay. Do you think CGI and special effects are changing the role of stunt performance?
Yes, it's making it much safer because now you don't have to do practical things such as it's cool to have the practical effects because they look good, but it's safer if you're not shooting live or blank ammunition. It's safer if you're not having explosions all around you when you can
Mm-hmm.
put in a sound effect and a special effect to get that same
Oh,
result.
okay. Um, you know what? I think I will go back to this question. Uh, what are some of the ethical situations involved in stunt work?
Um, there's a lot more Caucasians that will get hired for
Uh-huh.
stunt work because of who they're doubling, of all the Caucasian actors or actresses.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but there is work for everyone. It just is harder in the United States for ethnic actors and stunt players that are trying to constantly work. Like it's harder for me than it is for a 5'10" white guy who's in
Uh-huh.
shape like me.
Oh, okay. Let's see. And what are some of the biggest challenges facing is the stunt industry today?
Probably AI and the possibility of jobs being taken away from that because it would
Uh-huh.
be easier for the computer to make a AI generated picture or AI generated video rather than actually doing it.
Hmm. Yeah, that is true. What's the coolest thing you've ever gotten to do as a stuntman?
Um, I think again probably for me it was the high speed car chase with the cops and shooting at the cops.
Oh, okay. And have you ever doubled for a celebrity?
Not yet, but I've doubled for some up and coming guys who I feel like they have a big. If they keep going the route they're going, they'll have big careers. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, okay. And oh, you already answered that question. If you weren't a stuntman, what would you be doing?
Probably just acting and teaching martial arts.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Teaching. So you're pretty good in martial arts, huh?
I try.
Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, do you have your own school for it?
No, not anymore. I don't have my own school, but I do teach some basic stuff on my YouTube channel. Which, if you type in my name, Kevin Chambers, actor, then it's the first thing that comes up. Um, and yeah, that I need to create more content for that. It's just been really hard to film, and when you do everything in house, when you're editing and filming and
Mm-hmm.
literally everything, it's hard to be consistent when you have other work that's taken priority.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, so I guess that's about all the questions I have. So if you want to take the moment to promote yourself or share any links you want to share.
Yeah, man. I mean, just check me out on Instagram or TikTok or wherever, and just support. That's it, really. Just type in my name, Kevin Chambers, actor, and usually it pops up, or the Kev Chambers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my handle is the same for all the other stuff. So
Uh-huh. Okay, okay. Thank you for the journey with me for my interview. And I guess I see you around then, okay?
okay, it's cool. Sounds good, dude. I'll talk to you later, homie.
Okay, thanks for spending time with me.
Yeah, no problem, dude. Talk to you later.
All right, talk to you later.